This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on the zone. Mark Chamberlain coming at me from Benidorm. Good to see you, mate. How's things?
Yeah, all good. Did you have to mention that? Bit of a change of scenery from Dubai, but hey ho, here we are.
Is it a mucky one with the boys?
No, I tell you what. I obviously had my fight, and I normally go on holiday, so I went away with my partner to Dubai last week, and me and my mates had like a little 3 day holiday booked straight away after when I was back. So yeah, back home on Monday.
Yeah, back to real life. I just want to say first off, I really appreciate your time. I know this is, I believe, your first sort of longer interview since that night at Wembley. Just
Yeah,
to start, how do you feel 2 weeks on from that fight with Josh?
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Obviously, no one likes losing. Um, Yeah, I mean, like I said straight away when I got out of the ring and done an interview, like I'm not going to sit and cry about it because it is what it is. It was an off night. I didn't turn up. I got no excuses, and you move on. Like I said, no one's dead, and that's it really. It's not nice losing. I wouldn't say lose. You learn more than anything. Um, but it's sort of hit me more like not in the perspective of losing, as that feel more. I can't wait to get back in the gym straight away. Like I flew to Dubai on the Sunday straight after my fight, and I was in the gym on the Monday, like on holiday. Do you know what I mean? It's just in my brain that I just want to get back in the gym and put that right. Whereas normally I like to relax a bit, but no, it was a good camp. I had good sparring, good training. Everything went well, no excuses from me. I just didn't turn up and couldn't get going and do the things that I normally do. Like it's hard to explain to someone, if you know what I mean. Like you go in the gym, you can have a spar and you can spar crap, and then your next spar, you spar amazing. But there was none of that. Like I had great sparring, but I just physically didn't turn up on the night. I had an off night. Yeah, no excuses really.
Yeah, I think the fans are going to be quite refreshed to hear you say no excuses. We've seen it before with fighters with any defeat, not just their first professional defeat, but especially sometimes when they lose for the first time, they kind of look elsewhere. They look to deflect the blame onto someone else, onto a training team, onto a camp, onto a niggle. But you're just straight up saying, look, this can happen.
Yeah, I mean it's boxing. Anything can happen. Obviously, there's a first time for everything. I got caught with a silly shot in the eighth round. That's the first time I've ever been put down in my life. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't a shot that caught me and I thought, "Whoa, I'm hurt." It was a little buzz. As you noticed in the fight, I was straight back up on my feet and straight back in the fight. Like it wasn't a shot that. It was a shot that like just caught me off guard more than anything. Um, but yeah, we live and we learn, and we live to fight another day. Yeah, looking forward to what's next.
Did Josh surprise you with anything?
I wouldn't say he surprised me with anything. Just like obviously he's just stuck to his game plan. Didn't really want to stand there and have a trade up. He was quite clever, really. Just hit, move, stay low. But yeah, no, fair play to him. Stuck to his game plan. That was obviously his game plan from the start, because I'm not sure he would want to stand there and have a tear up, but never mind. He got the win, and yeah, that's it. Like I say, no excuses my end. We just get back in the gym and put that wrong right if it happens. If not, then we move on to big fights. I mean, I got out of the ring, spoke with Turkey and Frank, and he just sort of said like, "Look, I want you back in December in a big fight." So I'm going to get myself out to Saudi next week and have a sit down, um, go from there. Really.
Yeah, well, I look forward to seeing you next week in Riyadh for what's going to be a mega week. We will talk about kind of what's next and what you want more specifically, but just a couple more things on the fight. Have you watched it back?
Yeah, I watched it last week when I was away. Quite frustrating to watch it back, really, because I'm sat there thinking like, I know I could beat this fella. Do you know what I mean? And watching my performance and me doing what I done was just stupid. I just boxed like an idiot. I boxed the wrong fight, and I'm sat there watching it thinking, why didn't I put this shot with that shot and put my shots together? But I just physically couldn't on the night. Like I say, it's just hard to explain. But yeah, I just didn't turn up. Like I say, hands up, I didn't turn up, and it wasn't good enough on the night. So yeah, I mean, it was horrible watching it back because I say horrible. It's good to watch it back because you know, as long as you know what you've done wrong to put right. Do you know what I mean? And I know what I've done wrong, so I can learn from that.
Yeah. Did the emotion of defeat feel like you expected? I know because you go into fight so confident, you're never thinking about a loss, but when you imagine what a defeat might feel like in your head, did it compare to what it actually felt like on the night?
Nah, I mean, like I say, no one wants to lose, but obviously the best lose at times. Look at the top of the tree. You got Tyson, you got Joshua, you got all the other fighters out there that have all bounced back from wins and losses, sorry, and in big fights. So, like I say, as much as it's a loss, I think it's a learning curve, if you know what I mean. I think I needed that. Not that I wanted to say I needed that, but I think it's a little wake up call, you know. Like I feel like I want it, and I'm a bit more hungry for it now. So yeah, I just gotta keep doing what I'm doing, train even harder than I have been, and want it more than I ever have done, and just push on. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna let a little bump in the road like that affect me and sit and cry about it. I'm a man at the end of the day, and I want to get to where I want to be, and I've got a graft, you know. So back to the drawing board, and I've made it quite clear to Frank that I want to be in big fights and big fights only. I don't want to be coming back for an 8 rounder or nothing. I want to jump straight back in the mix for a big fight. But obviously, with His Excellency saying that he still wants me in a big fight in December, I don't know what lies for me as it stands. But like I say, I've done what I can say my end that I want big fights, and that's what I want really.
Yeah, well, we love watching you fight, so I'm glad to hear that it's going to be a big fight when you get back in the ring. Um,
Yeah.
was there pressure on being an undefeated fighter? I know quite a lot's put on the O at the moment, I guess, kind of from the Floyd sort of era of 50 and 0, undefeated, untouched. Do you feel like there's a pressure that's perhaps been relieved a little bit?
Uh,
I guess
yeah and no.
everyone sees it differently, don't they? But I know some fighters have said when they've lost their row, they're like, I actually feel like I can take a breath a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I say, we all want to win them all, but sometimes it don't go like that. But yeah, I mean, you just learn from it. Like you can't, everything can't be perfect. I'm only young. I've had 17 fights now. Like I say, no one wants to lose. I didn't think I would lose, but it is what it is, isn't it? Like, not I won't say whatever in it because that ain't the excuse, but it's just a learning curve for me, and I'm still hungry. If not, I'm more hungrier for it now than I ever have been. So I just can't wait really because this is just the start. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. How strong is that revenge feeling, wanting to get one back over on Josh?
Yeah, I mean, I would have it again, no problem. I believe if that was a 12 round fight, I think I might have got him out of it because after 5 or 6 rounds, when we got tied up in a clinch, he was knackered. Like it's all right saying what you can do and that and what you do. Obviously, what's done is done. But yeah, who knows? I mean, a rematch is something I would entertain, but not that I'm going to gain anything out of that. But I just want to get the victory and move on, you know, because I believe I can knock him out if I fight the right fight. No doubt about it, I'll knock him out. But like I say, what's said and done, it's done now. So it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. What about the point deduction in round 9?
I think the ref. I don't know. I think the ref was a bit. Obviously, I was obviously doing. I got told off a couple of times for a couple of things, and sometimes more. The refs are a bit more lenient, but he took a point off of me, and I think if it didn't take a point off of me in the knockdown, I think I might have got the nod, you know. But I didn't turn up, and I didn't get the nod, and it is what it is, you know. Like I keep going around in circles, but so I'm going to learn from it and come back stronger, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's been a crazy 10 months or 11 months for you, 4 fights in that time. You think you need a bit of time to just relax a little bit? Because in them 4 fights,
Nah,
2 fights inside. No, straight. No.
nah, I can't relax. Like,
Yeah, you did say to me when we spoke on the Monday of the fight, but you said to me you walked into Frank's office and then walked out and went, look, I want to fight. Simple as I want to fight.
Yeah,
So
like
you're not kind of in the mindset of just wanting to chill for a bit.
no, no, because I had my holiday last week and I was meant to chill then on my week off, and I was in the gym on the Monday. I had my fight on the Saturday. On the Monday, I was back running. It's just in me. Like it's my full-time job. It's no different to speaking to like when I speak to general people about it. It's like if you work and you book a day off for holiday and you're sat at home doing nothing, you're going to say to yourself, I wish I went to work today, because you're doing nothing. It's like me, if I don't go to the gym, I feel like I'm not doing nothing. So although you've got to relax, but I just physically can't. I just want to be straight back in a big fight, no messing around, straight back in the gym and back on the big cards.
Yeah. Is an IBF world title shot still a possibility?
It was meant to be the WBO, not the IBF.
WBO, okay. Because I've seen and heard different things in the rumor mill about, obviously, I know you've picked up the IBF European, but I know a lot of the talk was that a world title shot was on the horizon.
Yes. Like I say, I don't know what's next. That's why I need to get out and have my meeting. Obviously, His Excellency said he wants me in a big fight in December. Now, to me, that sounds promising, but obviously, with a little blemish now on my record, although that wasn't a title fight, my last fight, I'm not sure if that's going to have any knock-on effect as to where I stand for a world title fight at 135 pounds. So yeah, that's what this meeting is really, just to see what's next, and hopefully with the people that I've got around me, they can make it happen for me like they have for the last 12 months. So yeah, I'm pretty confident there's a big fight still there for me. Obviously, there's a few big fights there later on down the line, but first things first, you've got to get back to winning ways and keep pushing on.
Yeah, well, mate, we can't wait to see you back. We love watching you fight, and the way you're talking, we know it's going to be exciting. Just one final thing. I know on the night you would have been kind of disappointed with your own performance and results, so you probably wouldn't have watched it at the time. But just a little bit that I want to talk about on Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois and where you stand on what we saw. Mate, entertainment factor.
And what I said at the start of the week
There
is
we go.
whoever.
You did. You said exactly that. Entertainment factor, that fight was 10 out of 10. Just your take on them crazy few rounds that those two shared.
Yeah, do you know? I mean, I, I don't know. I would never kick a man when he's down. But I don't know. Like I said to you at the start of the week and to other people on social media, it's like for me, it was whoever landed first, and I just believe, obviously, like Daniel just believed in himself, and he just stuck it on Joshua from the first bell, and obviously hurt him. And from the first round, it he was hurt and never recovered, and then obviously Joshua come back in the third or the fourth and caught Dubois and hurt him, and then got a bit excited and then got knocked out. But it was sort of like a he throws, then he throws, he's hurt, then he's hurt, and then eventually one of them went down and didn't get up. But yeah, like, I, I, I guess Joshua was a huge favourite to win the fight, but it didn't surprise me that Daniel won the fight because, like I said, I was on the fence for it from the start anyway. But no, fair play to him. He's definitely changed his family's life, and no doubt, I would like to see him fight Usyk again. So I still believe now that he hurt him with the body shot. Whereas if it had been the other way around and Dubois hit the floor with the body shot, he'd have been counted out. So I believe he deserves a crack at whoever wins in December.